For All presents Daily Food Series Galatians, the only gospel, the gospel of Christ. Title of Book 1, Following the Spirit to Fulfill God's Work, by Pedro. Week 4. He who once persecuted us now preaches the faith. Tuesday. Called and chosen by the grace of Christ. Read with prayer. I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and that my soul knows very well. Psalm 139, verse 14. In the past, when Paul was part of Judaism, he was a persecutor of the church. He was present when the Jews stoned Stephen to death and was, therefore, an accomplice. Acts chapter 7, verse 58, and chapter 8, verse 1. Instructed at the feet of Gamaliel, according to the law of his ancestors, he states that he persecuted this way to death, binding and delivering into prisons both men and women, as also the high priest bears me witness, and all the council of the elders. Chapter 22, verses 4 and 5. Paul received permission from the chief priests to arrest the saints. Furthermore, in addition to consenting to their being killed, he would lock them up in prison and often punish them, even forcing them to blaspheme. With this in mind, he was on his way to Damascus on the day the Lord called him. Acts chapter 9, verses 3 and 4. He spoke in these terms to show the Galatians that he had a deep knowledge of Judaism and therefore had the authority to warn them about his calling. Paul writes, "But when it pleased God, who separated me from my mother's womb and called me through his grace, to reveal his Son in me, that I might preach him among the Gentiles, I did not immediately confer with flesh and blood, nor did I go up to Jerusalem to those who were apostles before me, but I went to Arabia and returned again to Damascus." Galatians chapter 1, verses 15 through 17. Paul knew that God had set him apart before he was born. In this regard, Psalm 139 reveals that the Lord knows us deeply. For we were formed by him in our mother's womb. Upon being aware of this fact, the psalmist proclaims, I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and that my soul knows very well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in secret and skillfully wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. Your eyes saw my substance, being yet unformed, and in your book they all were written, the days fashioned for me, when as yet there were none of them. Psalms 139, verses 14 through 16. Paul testifies that he had been deeply immersed in Judaism, even into persecuting the Church of God. Yet he was separated and called by the grace of the Lord. Dear reader, the fact that you are reading this devotional demonstrates that the Lord separated you before you were formed in your mother's womb. Therefore, he knows you deeply and calls you to serve him. Praise the Lord. Just like Paul, we were once called by his grace. We also thank God because Paul did not follow the path of Judaism, nor did he continue to struggle with his human nature. Romans chapter 7. On the contrary, when he was called, God made him a useful vessel in his hands. Thanks to him, the truth of the gospel was not lost. In this sense, Isaiah chapter 59 also records, "Listen, O coastlands, to me, and take heed, you peoples from afar. The Lord has called me from the womb. From the matrix of my mother, he has made mention of my name." Verse 1. Can you say that the Lord has called you from birth? The Lord has chosen you and set you apart to be his servant. If you are not serving the Lord, you are going down the wrong path. Many say that they do not have time because they're very busy due to work or to other secular projects. They claim that when they are less busy, with more time, then they will serve the Lord. No, the Lord wants you to serve him right now.